Welcome to the Rusted Garden. Today I want to show you how to make a mini greenhouse. It's October 9th. This is my raised bed that has my leafy greens, my cool weather vegetables in here. I'm going to make the mini greenhouse out of 2-foot bamboo poles and plain old Saran Wrap. And what this will do, it will give my plants a couple more weeks of growing time. The Saran Wrap, I hope, keeps the soil a little bit warmer, and I'll end up with bigger, leafier greens out of my garden. And I'm going to show you more the idea than the exact way to construct this, but I think you'll get the picture. So here's the start of the mini greenhouse. First thing I did was I took the green 2-foot bamboo stakes and I put them around the area that I wanted to enclose in the Saran Wrap. And the posts are about 2 feet apart. The next thing I did was I tied a knot with the Saran Wrap to one of the bamboo posts, and I did a full lap around the outside of the bamboo posts, one lap all the way around, and then I did a second lap all the way around and made sure that I tucked the Saran Wrap down the pole to the ground so that there aren't any gaps really between the outside and the inside. So either the wood here or the Saran Wrap is making a seal covering the perimeter of my raised bed. And then so basically you have two wrappings of Saran Wrap around here, and then I just went and I pressed it together. So this is the starting point. The next step is to put another layer on the outside. And how I did this part, or how I did this step, was I rolled the Saran Wrap halfway to right here, and it will cling together. That's why it's Saran Wrap, all the way up to this high. And the reason I did that is so that I can fold it over all the way around, and that's going to seal the wall. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that's going to seal. I'll have to. There we go. That's going to seal the wall to the post, and you're just pinching it closed onto itself, just like that. So you're taking that flap, dropping it down, and you're going to pinch it all the way around, and that's going to secure the Saran Wrap to the posts. The next step is to work on the top. The next step is to start building the top of the mini greenhouse, and right down the middle I run stakes about every foot, and that's going to be to support 1/2 of the top. And to start it, I just took a length of Saran Wrap from here, took it all the way out to here, and just folded it down. But it's just pressed on all the way down, and then I'm going to take another sheet and roll it down here, press it together, and that will be 1/2 of the roof. I'll also then take another wrap and go all the way around the whole thing so that the top gets secured into the sides. Half of the roof is going to be left open, and I'm going to have to build a plastic flap, probably out of some plastic drop cloth, that can be pulled over this way, weighted down so that I can get into there and pick what I want, but it'll be strong enough that it'll seal the top and keep the heat in. So I'm just about done the greenhouse, and what I did for half of the roof again was I put the bamboo stakes 1 foot with a 1 foot spacing all the way down. I started my first sheet of plastic halfway onto the side and lapped it over here and went straight back. Then I did a second sheet that could be stuck to the first sheet, and then I did a third sheet. So this is 3 sheets of plastic run straight across, and you can see that creates the roof for half of the greenhouse. After I secured the roof, I did go and put another wrap of Saran Wrap around the sides, and that will secure everything in. Here is my working area so that I can get inside and get to the greens. And what I'm going to do for here is I'm going to build some sort of roof flap that I can lay across here secure down probably with a stone, but make sure that it seals up nicely. But I can remove it easily when the temperatures are warmer. It's only October 9th here, so we will still get some 70 degree days. And I'm really building this now, so come mid-November I have something to seal this up at night or on cold days, and just to see how long I can keep the garden going. Okay, I'm finishing up the greenhouse. This has been about a day or two since I started the project and showed you the first couple of steps. One thing you want to actually probably let it sit a day. What happened is the bottom of the Saran wrap kind of crinkled up. So I'm going to make one more wrap around here to cover this gap. And again, this is my experimental greenhouse, but it's really been made for under $12 and it's going to work. You have to make the top, and the best way to make the top is to use Saran wrap and duct tape. And basically you want to get somebody to help you. I did this on my own. It's a little bit windy, so it was a little bit frustrating. But you're just going to take a strip of Saran wrap the whole length of your mini greenhouse, so that each side has enough to flap down here. That's what's gonna, seal it to the greenhouse. So the length of the Saran wrap roof has to be able to go from here all the way across the top and down the other side. So you just pull out a length this way, pull out another length next to it. You want a 2 to 3 inch overlap right here. Seal it down. After you do 2 strips, pull off about 2 feet of duct tape and tape down the edges, and then 2 feet all the way down. And that will keep your Saran wrap a little bit heavy for the roof, and it'll also keep it from blowing together and clinging up. Then you get another strip, do the same thing, the whole width of the top of the greenhouse, and including the sides, about a 3 inch gap, and then you do a 4th piece. Tape it up. It's just 2 feet strips all the way down, all the way around, and then about every 2 feet another strip of duct tape, and that creates the roof. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one more layer of Saran wrap around the bottom to seal the gap. You can see it a little bit, and then I'm going to put the roof on and just show you how to weight it down. So here's the final mini greenhouse. It costs under $15 to make, and I took the roof piece I was making, and you want to lay it on top of the greenhouse upside down, so the top side of the tape is down here. And the reason you want to do that for the first week or so is because you're going to have some tape showing here. If you have it flipped over the other way, the tape will stick to the other Saran wrap. And you can see how the roof was long enough to flap down over here. The duct tape will also keep it weighted down. The other reason you want to turn it upside down is because where you see the duct tape that's upside down, on the other side you want to get a matching piece and run it across the duct tape that's on the underside. And you can see here I didn't do it, so you would just put a strip of duct tape along here, and that will give it strength. You can weight it down with some broken tomato stakes, and that will seal your raised bed area well enough to handle frost. You can also see I put the other strip of Saran wrap around here to seal up the gap, and you could fill that with dirt from the inside, and that'll just make a nice seal. You're not going for perfection here. You're just going for a way to experiment, extend the life of your cool weather crops and your greens. And it's pretty easy to take off. You would just remove the sticks, and because you use the duct tape, it won't bunch together. I mean, it does bunch together, but because you use the duct tape, it's easy to pull back apart. And you just remove the space that you want. You can reach in with your hand and tend what you need, and then when you're done, you would just close it up and seal it over. If you enjoyed this video, please check out my blog at www.therustedgarden.blogspot.com, and also check out my YouTube videos. I now have 100 garden videos. Thanks.